Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel, Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie and today's reading is about the next chapter of your life. I'm really excited for this because I can tell that there's like this new energy, this new breath of fresh air coming into everybody's lives. So we're going to delve into that and see what's going to go on. We have 4 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with this blue apatite and the iron card. Pile 2 with this green calcite and the peacock's tail. Pile 3, we have this amethyst point and the new pearl. And pile 4, we have a lepidolite palm stone and copper. So take a moment, think of your next chapter in life, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the blue apatite and the iron card, number 22, then we have your reading here for you today about the next chapter of your life and what's gonna be going on. So right away, I can tell some of you are leaving something or somebody behind, either like a breakup or maybe just not giving too much energy to them anymore. And I feel like it's been a long time coming. I feel like this is something that you've been thinking about for a while. You might still be in the process. So I am sending you and whoever else is involved a lot of love in this. But I'm getting a big sense of communication coming through very clearly. And in a way that you're approaching communication in a much more direct way, in a much more blunt way as well. Like you're not dealing with anything too complicated. You're not dealing with anything that is left unsaid. It's like what comes through, is what comes through. And that's it. You're not reading into something. You're not going to be, you're not going to give anything any more energy than you need to. Like if something is left unsaid, it's left unsaid. You're not going to be asking questions. Because with the iron card here, this is Mars energy. This is being very direct. This is also being very, I don't want to say aggressive, but definitely very much no nonsense when it comes to your situation. I'm just letting this car pass by because I can tell it's very loud. Sometimes I go back and watch these videos and the car will be so loud, I think it's like actually driving by. So I wanted to make sure that you got that message before we moved on. We have the oracles here and then we're going to look at the tarot. And the tarot is going to be in a little different way. I'm going to be looking at past, present, future for this next chapter of your life. But let's start with the oracles to get a sense of where you're going. We have bright heart light, open connections. And like I said, communication is going to be key for the next few weeks to months, maybe year in this case, because I'm not really setting a time frame for this next chapter of your life. It's just what is coming new into your life. We have the number 18 there, which is interesting, 18 to 22. Maybe this something has lasted for 4 years. We have the orange blossom card. In ancient China, orange blossom was embroidered onto the dresses of young brides to symbolize their chastity and innocence. The meaning of this delicate white flower continues to be linked to marriage and can be used to say everything from, will you marry me, to I will love you forever. And orange blossom represents chastity. We also have simplicity. I release time and let the universe show me what to do. And the grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, trust the weavings. So like I said, I feel like a lot of what I've already mentioned has come through with simplicity, open connections, and I release and let the universe show me what to do. Not just time, but I feel like you release a lot. Like I said, there may have been 4 years with which this connection lasted, or whatever it is that you're letting go of lasted. For some of you, you may be graduating from like a university program or something like that, because those typically last about 4 years. So maybe that's what you're letting go. Maybe that whole scene and the people there and that situation, you might be letting that go. But with I release time, it's like sometimes you have a hard time letting certain things go because of all the time you've invested into them or the time you've invested into somebody. And sometimes, because I see this a lot, especially in marriages or in relationships, people don't want to let somebody go because they've been with them for so long and because they've known them for so long. But there's a sense here that with letting go of what time means, you get back even more of that time, if that makes sense. You get that time back through more meaningful connections, better connections, through other resources, maybe through a better environment, through other ways. It's like you release one thing that was dragging you down or that you knew was time to move on from, and you're embracing whatever life has to give you. I feel like you might have clicked on this video because you are actually going through something right now, pile one. And like I said, I send you all my love. But there is a need here for simplicity, as well as the not the chastity so much, because what else did it say? The innocence. I feel like some of you are getting back a sense of feeling pure and clean and renewed. It's almost like whatever you let go was very heavy and or dark, and it may have weighed you down, or it may have put you in an energy or an environment where you just didn't like the person you were becoming, or maybe you didn't like the people that were around whatever you let go. It's literally like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, because with iron here, Ferrum, let me read from the book, but I am getting a sense that you let something very heavy go, because when I think of iron, I think of like a very, quite literally heavy metal. From the book, iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Over the centuries, we have come to utilize this metal extensively, mixing it with carbon to create the steel bridges, highways, and infrastructures that can span across the globe. In alchemy, iron is associated with the planet Mars and shares its qualities of being strong, assertive, and potentially warlike. When the iron card appears, there is a call to rely only on the reliable. What truly supports you? What have you already built? Iron dwells at the center of the earth, so when all else feels lost, go inward. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in place. I really do feel that some of you might be looking at what you have already created and what's already there, especially if you have let somebody go that you may have had some type of codependency with, or if it's like an institution or a group of people, in some cases even a job, where you felt that whatever it is that you left behind gave you stability and a sense of either accomplishment or a sense of security. That felt like a sneeze. That was weird. A sense of security. But the truth is, this was within you this whole time. This feeling of, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time saying certain words and I'm not sure why. Let me give it a moment. Okay, I also feel like for some of you, you may have had certain energies that were interrupting your own either life path or your own goals or a certain mindset that you were trying to stay on track. It's almost like you had a certain goal or a certain dream that you were wanting to go toward, but whatever people or whatever environment you were in, because I really feel like it was the environment as well as maybe like one or two key people that were preventing you from staying here. It's almost like these people kept trying to pull on your energy or kept trying to distract you from the things that were important to you, that were important to your soul, to your heart. These could have been things that you know you were meant to do, or that you know were going to be for the better of you, but these people or environment kept doing things like asking you to go out every night or asking you to go do this and that, and it either drained your time, money, resources, energy, whatever. It could have dissuaded you from staying on course. This is like, for example, let's say you want to be somebody who works out every day, but you have friends who want you to go out with them every night. And if you go out, you're going to end up going to the restaurant, getting drinks, spending money, wasting time. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but when you do it like every night and over like the same subject matter, like you still keep doing the same things, it can be draining, as opposed to doing it just like maybe once a week or once a month, whatever is the more realistic option for you. I felt like these people or person, for some of you, it might be a group of people. For some of you, it might be like one particular person. And if it's one person, I feel like it's like a partner. Whoever these people were, they did not really have your best interest in mind. I'm not saying that they didn't care about you or that they didn't love you. I'm just saying that they may not have known how to handle you when it comes to this. It's like they cared more about their own situations. Again, I apologize for the background noise. they may not have had your best interest in mind. Like, for example, let's say you did finish university and now you're going on to another few more years to finish some kind of doctorate program or whatever you have going on. You understood and you knew that if you kept these people or environment around, you would not be able to accomplish that. You would not be able to align with your goals so that you can do this. Or even if you kept them around, it would be a lot harder than it had to be. Because I really do feel, Pile One, that you have a much higher calling. With the grandmothers, I feel like some of you have been releasing patterns passed down from your ancestors, particularly more from either grandmother. It could be the paternal or the maternal, but whichever one had to deal with more oppression from people. Or I feel like, and maybe this isn't for everybody, it all depends on the culture you have and what kind of grandmother you had, but when I think of my grandmothers, they had to give up so much. They were not given that many options. They were not given the ability to choose what they wanted to do with their life. I felt like for most of them, it was like get married, have kids, and hope that you marry well, hope that your kids do well. But it's like, what about them? What about what they wanted to do? I feel like some of you may have been in that kind of energy as well. Like you were reliving some really old energy from like a grandmother or a great grandmother, some kind of ancestor energy. And your ancestor came through as a spirit guide and kind of, I'm seeing them encouraging you to do what's best for you in a very quiet way, in a very gentle way. Maybe in your sleep, maybe when you take the moment to think of them and honor them, if that is something you already do. But definitely, I could tell your ancestors came through to be like, you were meant for so much more than this. You were meant for better than this. I spent my life doing this. I don't want you to do the same. And whatever it is that they did was something that wasn't true to themselves. But yeah, I really feel like you're honoring any person in your ancestry that was oppressed or that wasn't given the options that you were by moving on from this. And I feel like you have their blessing and they're going to be with you even more so going forward. Because this does say, for example, if the idea of breaking up with someone wasn't resonating with you, I do feel like some of you might be getting engaged. And again, I feel like if your friends are the kind of people who just want to party and not really, settle down and get serious with somebody, and you do, and you know you want to devote your time and life to somebody, and you know if you kept these friends or environment around, you would not be able to have like a happy, fulfilling marriage or relationship or family. Again, I feel like that's the same thing. You needed to leave something behind so that you could go on to be happier with your life, essentially. But yeah, I can still tell that you have a bit of a broken heart regardless, especially with the bright heart light here with open connection. Some of you might decide to leave the connection open. So if they ever want to reach out again, like you'll be okay with that, but you won't be giving as much time or energy to these people or the environment or this person. I'm sending you so much love, Pile One. Let's move on to the tarot because I can tell, like, I see nothing but like good things ahead for you and like a bright, beautiful future. But it's still heartbreaking that you had to leave this, again, these people or this environment behind because I could tell it meant a lot to you. We're going to use the Libra Tarot and I'm going to do a 3-card pull and then I'm going to clarify it with another deck. So what is it that Pile One is leaving behind? I feel like I've already talked about that, but let's just get some clarification here. So this is the past card energy. We have the Seeker of Coins. This is the Page of Coins. And this is a very, I feel like whatever you left behind was something that you've either known or have been with for a very long time because the Pentacles here, the coins, is something that is long lasting, but it's the Page of Coins. So something that had a promise to be very long lasting, something that had the promise of enduring for a while, or maybe it did, but I feel like that's just it. It's a promise and not exactly a fulfillment. I feel like whatever this was still stuck on level 1 when it should have been leveling up to, level 2, 3, 4, and beyond. Meanwhile, you're over here on level 6 and they're still on level 1, and you were like, I need to let this go because I can't keep repeating this level or levels down here when I need to move on and do something more with my life. All right, now we're stepping into the current energy. What does my pile 1 have going on currently right now? And right now could be like either right now when you're watching this video, or it could be like, yeah, let's just do that whenever my pile 1 is watching this video. This is a timeless reading, but I do want it to be accurate for you. We have the Conqueror of Coins, which is funny. This is a progression. We have the Page and then we have the Knight. So we're going on to the Conqueror of Coins, and this is you trying to build a better future for yourself. This is you trying to find something that is going to last you a while and also take care of you, because Pentacles is definitely security, both financial, physical, and what's the other one? Not emotional. I would say that's more Cups, but it's definitely security in every sense that you could think of on a practical level. So this is you working hard towards something with the knife here, or not knife, the sword here, the Knight's sword. You're clearing through a lot of crap that you just no longer need. And then future for the next chapter. Oh, we got 2 cards. We have Temperance with Balance. Yeah, I feel like some of you probably do feel a little bit out of balance because there's a feeling here that you have invested enough time into whatever was holding you back, into whatever was keeping you down here when you wanted to keep progressing. And the other card is the Sun. And what did I say? There's definitely a brighter future ahead of you, almost quite literally. Because anytime I look into your future, I just see like sunshine. I see the beach. I see the sky. I see a sense of freedom, really. A sense of like moving on to much more beautiful things. Whatever you used to be in was just very dark. Whether you were aware of this or not, I feel like there was like a heavy cloud around you, or like a dark cloud, or maybe you were always in like a very bad mood, or you just found it difficult to be, I don't know, it may have been stressful, it may have been it just wasn't good. Whatever it was that you left behind, even if you're heartbroken, just know that you are leaving behind something that was not good for you. Because right now you're in this energy of working towards your goals, working on your money, your health, your sense of stability, building a life for yourself. There's definitely a feeling here that you're very dedicated and hardworking with the Knight of Pentacles here. And then with Temperance and the Sun, do know that this will pay off in the long run. We're going to go ahead and clarify these with the Wild Unknown Tarot. So for my pile 1, let's clarify the Page of Coins. I feel like I've gone on long enough about your past, but let's look at something else that maybe you weren't seeing, just to give you a peace of mind when it comes to letting this go. We have 2 cards. We have the Ace of Swords, and I actually found out this is not the 6 of Wands. This is the 6 of... Is it the 6 of Swords? Yes, this is the 6 of Wands. Okay. Because this is victory. This is the metamorphosis. Though it typically doesn't stand for metamorphosis, I want to say this is a moth. I always take this to mean like a butterfly, so I see it as metamorphosis. So the 6 of Wands, you're celebrating something. I feel like part of the reason you may have had trouble letting go of this situation is because it gave you a lot of inspiration to move in a different way. This could have been an environment or a person that when you first met them, there was a lot of hope here. There was like a new... That was another chapter of your life. And it felt like something that was going to go a long way. But I feel like it did. Like I said, I feel like however long this lasted was just long enough to give you the impact that it needed so that you could progress as a person, so that you could change and transform into this beautiful person you are now. But it's like it was only going to take you so far. And I feel like it did take you pretty far. Like I really do feel like you're appreciative of everything that you learned in this past energy. But like even right now as I tap into it, my heart just feels, well, 1, it feels sad because I can tell you're heartbroken, and 2, it feels like it was caged in. It's almost like you were allowed to grow but only so much. Like these people were going to keep you at their level. Like if they saw you any happier or any better or doing better than this, they were not going to be happy about it, or they would find it difficult to be happy about it. And don't be surprised if they try to come back around, because I feel like they're going to try and size you up and be like, okay, well, how is your life without me or without us or without this, you know? I really do feel it would have turned very toxic if it hadn't already. Let's get one more card, because yeah, I feel like it would have ended up being unhealthy. With the Seven of Pentacles, it would have felt more work than it needed to be to stay in this environment, to stay with these people. I really do feel like I said, you did the right thing. Let's move on to the Conqueror of Coins, though, the Knight of Pentacles here, because I'm more excited about what you're doing now, pile one. I feel like we have the Star. You are so full of hope, or you will be. I feel like there's going to be confirmation coming soon that you're on the right path. Either somebody will tell you something like good news, and this is going to be somebody who actually wants you to progress forward in your life, or you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labor. Like you're finally going to see, for example, if you started a business, you might start seeing like considerable income coming in. Or if you're, like I said, if it's like a next level of learning, you might start getting like really good grades and feel really great about the class and meet new people who are on your level of your mindset, and you'll be doing the things they want to do and vice versa. I feel like new people will be coming in for sure. And yeah, just a lot of good stuff is coming through. Let's get another clarifier. We have the Ten of Pentacles. If this is financial, you're going to be seeing more money coming in for sure. Either some of you might be getting like a raise. Some of you might be getting like a really good, I'm hearing tax refund, because right now in the US, when I'm filming this, it's tax season. So you might be getting more money back than you thought you would. But this is allegedly, please don't take that to heart in case you don't. But I definitely feel like you have a lot of good stuff coming in. This could be people gifting you things as well. I feel like this confirmation that you're looking for, that you're doing the right thing, will definitely be physical. So it might be you receiving money, things, or maybe like getting a house or an apartment. You're going to be receiving something physical as a reminder that you're moving in the right direction. Maybe some of you have already done so. And then to clarify this future energy, I don't feel like I need to, though. I really do feel like it's going to be, oh, I'm just so happy for you, pile one. I know it's the heartbreak that is getting you down, but oh my God. We have the Nine of Pentacles. I love this because while the Ten of Pentacles is physical financial fulfillment, the Nine of Pentacles is somebody treating you out. Somebody is going to come in and take care of you, whether that's a new job, you doing your own thing, like your own business. It could be a person, of course, but I definitely feel you being taken care of, even if that's by your own self. Like, I feel like you can treat yourself out at this point. You'll be able to take care of yourself financially. This is you spoiling yourself, treating yourself. It could also be a person. It could be friends and family as well, especially if you have other friends that weren't this person or people, whatever it was, that really do care about you. It could also be new friends. They're going to, want to spoil you, treat you out, show you a good time. I'm getting the Three of Cups here for some reason. Maybe some of you are going to party. Let's get another card to clarify. Well, two more cards. We have the Seven of Swords, interesting, and the Eight of Swords. So, one more. Okay. Two want to come out. Lots of Swords energy. So I'm not surprised the Four of Swords is coming through, because I was hearing that some of you need to rest. Some of you need to get a little bit more sleep, because sometimes when we have a big change like this, a big life change, our bodies just need to recover a lot more. So does our energy, as well as our emotions, because of the emotional I don't want to call it stress, because it's not a bad stress, but because of the emotional change within you, I feel like your body needs some time to get used to it. I feel this whenever I get an energy clearing. Like, yes, I get cleared of all the negative energy, but because all this new energy is coming in, my body gets a lot more sleepy, or I might get more hungry, or I might start craving certain things like more water or more fresh air. pay attention to your body and what it wants to give you. With the 7 and 8 of Swords, like I said, I feel like these people are going to try and come back around, whoever this is, because the only other place we have swords is over here where this Ace of Swords is. And it's almost like this Ace of Swords is wanting to come back and be like, hey, what's going on? They're going to try and fill you with doubts and insecurity. So this would be the doubts with the the 8 of Swords. This is you in your cocoon trying to break free and become this beautiful butterfly. But here are all these messages or all these things that these people want to tell you, like, oh, I don't think you'll be able to make it, or it seemed like you were happier over here with us and this lucky energy. Yeah, I feel like they're going to try and put doubts into you. With the 7, someone's going to try and tell you a lie. But because we have Temperance and the Sun here on your side, I do feel you'll be able to tell when somebody is lying. This is you seeing through somebody, pile 1. This is you finally seeing why you had to leave somebody behind. For example, let's say you didn't think that this person that you left behind could be shady or could stoop so low to do certain things. Once you leave them and you're out of their life and they see that you're doing better, they're going to come back around and do the exact thing that you always had, like the little hunch that they were, just not the best people for you. You will see it. And I think it's going to break your heart because you thought you at least had like a friend or something, or somebody that you could always, like if it ever got rough, you could always go back to them. But now you find out that you don't have that. I feel like this is the breaking heart energy that is coming through. But do know with the Sun here and Temperance, everything will balance itself out. Temperance, I also sometimes see as karma. I know that's more the Justice card, but for me, for whatever reason, for me, the Justice and the Temperance card, I tend to take the same for some reason, because Temperance is balancing things. It's scaling back what you don't need and giving more of what you do need. I think in, Tai Chi? It's going where the energy needs to go, paying attention to the things that you need to pay attention to, as opposed to setting everything in balance. It's like you need to give something a little bit more attention than the other things. But I always see them as the same thing for some reason. So I am seeing things working out in your favor, because I do see this as the karma card, especially with the Sun on your side. And with this cute little lamb with his sun on his head. I mean, this is you. Like, yeah, these people are trying to tear you down with these swords, but you're just here having a good time, being happy. It's just going to break your heart that these people that you once called your friends or that you once found some comfort in couldn't grow with you and couldn't find it within themselves to be better people or to even level up the way you are trying to do so, pile 1. But you're building something so beautiful here with all these pentacles. This is something that's going to be long lasting because you're willing to put in the work, and they're not. They just want to stay in that same energy that they've always stayed in. Meanwhile, you're meant for better things. But let's move on to some advice cards, because I want to see what the next chapter of your life has in store for you. Lots of beautiful things for sure. Like I said, I feel like you're going to get new people coming in. You're going to be living in this beautiful, bright energy. You're going to learn how to give yourself more of that energy that you had always spent on other people. That I feel like some of these friends, environment, or person, whatever it is, whatever you left behind, you probably gave a lot more of your energy to it than you realized, or it like drained your energy. And now that they're no longer in the picture, all that energy is going towards you. We have some guardian angel cards. I really do love these cards. Even if you don't believe in guardian angels, I really do love the messages these give. So for my pile 1, we have expression. Express how you feel, clearly, lovingly, and honestly, without fear or judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. I feel like whatever environment you were in before, you had a hard time expressing yourself in a very honest way, especially if it was like a group of friends. I feel like you couldn't ever truly say how you were feeling without facing some sort of backlash or without not being heard or understood. Yeah, because it's like I'm seeing somebody venting to somebody, but this person just kind of doesn't get it or doesn't understand, or they're like, whatever, or they start talking about their own things. It's a little bit of a narcissist energy, I'm not gonna lie, but or maybe apathetic. I feel like some of these friends you had didn't think very highly of you, or they thought, well, what are you complaining about? You have this, and this going for you. It's that kind of mentality that is coming through from this environment. And if it's like a somebody that you broke up with, I really do feel like this person tried to care, but at the end of the day, it was their needs before yours. And maybe a little bit of that envy as well. And then we have some tea leaf cards to see what else is going on with my lovely pile 1. Let's make these all about the future. I feel like we're spending way too much time talking about the negativity of the past and these people you let go of. But I can tell that they have kind of a strong hold on you. So if you need to, I would recommend you do some kind of clearing or cleansing or cord detachment from this person or people. And how I do this is I quiet the room. I maybe put on some binaural beats or something very relaxing in the background. I envision them. And if I feel any part of my body that is attached to them, like for example, the heart or like a shoulder or any part of your body, I go very deeply. I just imagine pulling a cord, kind of like unplugging it from a wall. So your energy is no longer going to them. Some people do cord cutting. I like to pull it because when you cut something, it can grow back. But that's just me. I know there's a lot of ways people do this. Some people do it with a sword, like a fire sword or something, which is also cool. But I just prefer to unplug. So let's use the tea leaves for my pile 1. You have tulip, great passion. You're going to see a rekindling of all these things that you're passionate about come back. For example, if you used to do something very creative like paint, and then you found yourself not doing it as much or didn't have the time to, I see you finally being able to have time for this or any other thing that you like to do. We also have beetle. Good fortune, yes. Like I said, money's coming in, good luck is coming in, good stuff is coming in. We have horse, short journey. Some of you might be going on a trip. It could also be, of course, a journey of the self, but it won't be something super long lasting because like I said, I can tell a lot of you are busy and you're going on to do better things. I get a big sense of you being busy with like a business or with studies or with just self-development in general. We have camel, persevere, and you will overcome problems. You have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. Yeah, these are these people. And valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. I love all of this for you, pile 1. I promise you, there's nothing but good stuff out there for you. I promise you, even though you're heartbroken, even though I'm sure you're still mourning the loss of whatever it is you had to leave behind, there's nothing but good stuff out there for you. You just have to look out the window, look toward the horizon, and you will see all this beauty and love and joy that is awaiting you. And I am sending you so much love, so much peace, and so many blessings, pile 1. Truly, I'm sending you so much love. If you liked any of this or if any of this resonated, please leave a comment down below. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the green calcite and the peacock's tail, then we have your reading here for you today about the next chapter in your life. Song coming through for you was Usher's You Remind Me of a Girl That I Once Knew. I don't think that's the name of the song. I think it's just called You Remind Me. But you're reminding somebody of somebody. Not sure who. I don't want to say this is like love related. It could be anybody. But there's definitely something about you reminding somebody about potential and about who they were or who they want to be, who they are. Because with the peacock's tail, I was reading up on this before I hit play because I didn't want to read the whole passage. What this essentially means is that there's new windows of opportunity opening up, or you're taking one thing and seeing different perspectives of it. This imagery came through in another reading I did the other day, where you take one thing and see it from so many different angles or in so many different lights. And depending on what you do, like it can look a certain way or another way. So you're definitely seeing something in a different light, or somebody is seeing you in a different light. I do feel like I'm getting your perspective and the perspective of other people of you. So you could be changing in so many different ways. I feel like people are going to see many sides of you or different sides of you that they haven't before. But let's go ahead and look at the oracles to see what this next chapter of your life is. Some of you could be going through a glow up, or you could just be going through like a makeover physically, because I definitely see people seeing you in a different way. But yeah, let's look at the cards. We have hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. Yeah, they're learning things about you that they didn't know. Deep emotions, unknown feelings, and past life influences. You have eyes on you, pile 2. Transformation. I'm not surprised. I got something similar in pile 1. I think all of these will be about transformation at some point. I believe I'm worthy of feeling good. She's touching her heart chakra space and she's shining. So some of you are coming into this energy of like self-love, and it's going to show that you're learning how to truly love and respect yourself, pile 2. We have the return, a new story. You decide, alignment. It's coming together. And this is, how do you pronounce this? Lysanthius, desire. I'm trying to figure out what it means. These delicately frilled flowers lend themselves to weddings and engagements, as they say simply, will you marry me? The Latin name means beautiful mouth and captures another of their meanings, romantic desire. Some of you are becoming like really, really attractive. So yeah, I feel like that Usher song was definitely, for some people that are watching you, they're like, wow, pile 2 is getting like really, really, have they always been that good looking, or am I just now noticing it, or what are they doing? Because they're looking like really, really good. So I feel like you're gonna have eyes on you, especially if you're like newly single or new to a certain area. Sorry, I'm letting this car pass by because it can get so loud. Do you hear that? I swear, it's like they know, because in every single reading, I'm sorry, pile 2. But yeah, there's definitely a feeling here that there's a lot of eyes on you. People are watching you because there's something about you glowing up, either literally or figuratively. Maybe some of you are actually getting like a makeover. Maybe you're starting to do your makeup differently, or maybe you're dressing a certain way or getting your hair cut or done in a certain way. There's definitely a glow up about you. Some of you, like I said, if you're in a new environment, people are noticing you. New people are noticing you. Or if you, for some of you, if you're newly single, and I feel like some of you are doing like revenge makeovers just so you look better, regardless of what went on in your previous connection. It's that kind of energy where the return makes me think she's back, like, or he's back. Like this badass energy is coming through of like, oh wow, they were in this. It's like you used to be in this connection that kind of held you down, or maybe you let yourself go because you were comfortable, but then suddenly you left that and it's like, oh, he or she is back. I'm hearing she's back more than anything, so I don't know what's going on here. With I believe I'm worthy of feeling good, it's not even that you're trying to attract anybody, it's just that you want to look and feel good for yourself. I really feel this is a self-love journey, and people are noticing it, which is always great, because when you put yourself in that energy of treating yourself right and respecting yourself and just being this beautiful god or goddess that you are, you attract the right people. You attract people who are going to value you, who are going to treat you exactly like this amazing, beautiful person that you are. It's not going to be, somebody looking for somebody who's easy or somebody who has a low self-esteem. Because I've actually seen this. People will look for people who have a low self-esteem so that they can take advantage of them. It's unfortunate, but it happens. But with you, they're not going to be able to do this, pile 2, because you're stepping into this energy of just being. I don't know how to put it. You're literally the shiz. Like, you're going to be so beautiful and amazing. And I feel like it's going to be internal too. With hidden knowledge, silent understanding is coming through. Some of you may have lost your sense of who you were in this previous energy. It's like maybe you were distracted, or you didn't have the time to really focus on the things you were passionate and care about. And now it's like, wait a minute. Why am I sitting here crying about having lost this when I know what I am inside? I know I am so much more powerful than this. How can I let other people make me feel this way when I know who I am? You know who you are, pile 2. You know what you're made of. So now you're going to start showing that on the outside. You're going to let these people know who you are with deep emotions, unknown feelings, and past life influences. I'm getting two things from here. Past life influences, that actually came up in pile 1 as well. There is a feeling here that you're looking back at your life and seeing where you were made to feel small, or where you were made to feel less than, or made to feel, in some cases, unattractive. And now you're in this energy where it's like, well, I don't care because I'm not that person anymore. Anybody could tell me anything and I wouldn't take it to heart because I know what I am. I know what I'm made of. It's like you're remembering who you are. And with unknown feelings, the unknown feelings is quite interesting because I'm seeing maybe 1 or 2 people, somebody getting like, oh, their feelings are awakening for you, if that makes sense. Especially if this is somebody who you're already close with, or who's a friend, or I don't know. This is not somebody who's going to be toxic, and this is not anybody who is like trying to play you, but it's like somebody is noticing that, wow, pile 2 is actually pretty amazing. Why haven't I thought to ask them out? Or why haven't we gotten together? It's that kind of energy. I feel like in the past, this person, again, either you weren't available or they weren't available, or you both had your own stuff going on, but now it's like the opportune time. And somebody is awakening to their unknown feelings that they may not have even realized that they had. Because I'm seeing them talk to certain people and they're realizing something. And I'm seeing them like just watching you one day doing your thing. And it's like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Pile 2 is pretty cool. And then suddenly they get nervous, even though they've known you forever. It's a really cute energy. But take that only if it resonates. If you don't want anybody in your life, that's okay too. But you're definitely coming into this beautiful energy of being quite literally beautiful and divine and goddess-like, godlike here. A new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together. I feel like this is part of your story, though, that you have to have this physical transformation in order to truly achieve something, not necessarily a relationship or anything, but I am calling to mind like pretty privilege, how it can be real. When you look better, people do treat you better. That's an unfortunate truth. I wish it wasn't the case, but it's also a confidence booster because you know when you look good that you can do a lot more. Like that's just one less barrier between you and whatever you want to get accomplished. But I'm truly seeing a physical glow up, and I'm truly seeing you remembering who you are, regardless of what you look like, regardless of what you choose to be like. Even if you don't decide to do something physical here, it's like you're standing taller, you're standing straighter, your posture is amazing, you're speaking more confidently, you're demanding to be heard and seen, not in a overbearing way, but in a way that allows people to like take notice that you're in the room. Some of you could be hitting the gym. Some of you could be just doing something for yourself to make yourself better. Like, for example, if you decide to start working out, not even, again, for the physical aspect, but more for like the mindset, or for, I don't know, just doing something good for yourself. I really do love this energy for you, Pile 2, because it is a form of self-love. Whether you have seen it that way or not, it's truly a form of self-love because you're worthy of feeling good, whether that's physical, visually. Well, I don't know if somebody can visually feel good, but you can visually look good, and that can make you or help you feel good. Yeah, but let's move on to the tarot because I'm excited for this new chapter of your life, even if it is, you know. And like I said, with desire, you're going to get a lot of people checking you out and wanting your attention as well. I feel like you're going to get a lot of admirers, which, you know, that's never a bad thing to have. Even if you already are in a connection. Like I said, you're looking good, and maybe your person's just paying more attention to you. All right, so we're going to do this 3-card spread. It's going to be past, present, future. So we're going to be looking at the energies, paying more attention to the present and future, of course, for this new chapter of your life. So in the past, we have the moon. This is very interesting. I feel like some of you came from an energy where you weren't sure where you stood within yourself, because this is subconscious feelings. So it's like you didn't know how to feel. You could have been in like a dark night of the soul, or you could have been in, like, for example, if you did come from a recent breakup, you may have not known where you stood with somebody, or you may have been attracting a lot of people who didn't want to tell you like where you stood with them and vice versa. I feel like we're getting rid of situationships and we're getting rid of like anything that isn't clear and that isn't more surface level, more honest. Let's say that we're getting rid of anything that's not honest, and we're moving on to something that is a lot more, yeah, whatever this energy was in the past, it's like even you couldn't figure it out. But there was definitely a very murky, dark energy in the past, or just, again, lack of clarity when it came to where you stood within people's lives. And then we have the current energy, the Nine of Wands. I love this, and I'll explain why in a minute. Let me set out the next card, future card. The Eight of Swords, quite interesting. All right, so for the Nine of Wands is it's having your defenses up. I feel like despite the fact that you're looking good and that you are definitely going through a physical glow up here and even getting more admirers, some of you might get very defensive. And part of that is why so the energy I'm being given is somebody who's not used to all this attention, or not used to being considered attractive, or just not used to being, yeah, it's just somebody not used to the attention. So you're going to be on the defensive first. Like, for example, let's say all through your childhood and teenage years, you were kind of awkward, or maybe you weren't like conventionally attractive. Like you may have had some kind of, I don't know. For example, I had like the worst skin. I had glasses, I had braces, like, and I look nothing like that now. So whenever I started getting attention, physical attention like that, I thought people were kidding or joking because I was not used to that at all. And likewise, I feel like you might be on the defense as well. Like you're going to be very guarded about the people that approach you. And some of it will be understandable. Like I feel like you will be a little suspicious about certain people, whether they're trying to play you or whether they're trying to be honest with you or not. Again, coming from this moon energy, I feel like you were in an energy of being, I don't want to say lied to, but definitely not everything was revealed to you in this past. And I feel like that's put you in this energy right now of, yes, do the revenge makeover, or yes, be more confident and positive. But also there's like, again, having your defenses up, having to fight this internal feeling of whether you should trust people or not, whether you should care or not, what they think of you, honestly. There's a big feeling here that you're going to feel like you're fighting something for a while. Or at least this is the energy you're in right now. And I feel like even you hearing this reading, you might be a little defensive, like, I don't want to hear about how people are checking me out. That's not what I care about. But honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people admiring you, whether it's for your looks or your personality or for whatever it may be. You're very much worthy of being, one, looking attractive, and two, receiving attention, receiving admiration from people. Even if you yourself don't care about those people, it's like having fans. Like, yeah, not all the fans are going to be great, but I feel like some of you just need to get used to accepting love, or even something as simple as a compliment. Like, don't expect that every compliment is somebody trying to, use you for something. Because I know I definitely have struggled with that. It's more like learning how to accept compliments and learning how to accept admiration from people. And again, there's nothing wrong with being defensive about it, especially if you're not used to it. I know for the longest time I wasn't used to it, but there's definitely a feeling here that you're being shown this to see another side of yourself. Like I said, it's a spectrum that is opening up, and this is just one light that you are being shown about yourself. In the future, we have the Eight of Swords, and this could be you being very timid about, again, the opportunities that are presenting themselves as a result of you going through this glow up. It's in the Rider-Waite, it's the person with the blindfold and all the swords around them. So there's definitely a fear here going forward. And we're going to start clarifying these because I don't want you to linger too much on this fear or on this energy of being tied up, because there's definitely a feeling here that you may not know what to do with all this new attention, with all these new people that are very much into you, or in some cases, like, it's just like somebody posting a selfie and getting a bunch of DMs and not knowing what to do. It's like, oh my God, I just posted a few pictures where I look good. Why won't these people leave me alone? It's that same energy. You may not know what to do. So Let's start clarifying this past energy. Let's clarify the moon to see what insight it can give to us about right now. Somebody broke your heart. That's not surprising. Like I said, I feel like somebody lied to you or left things murky enough where you lost trust in somebody, so you had to let them go. Or somebody broke your heart about something. We have death. It caused a huge transformation with you. More internal than external. I promise you. It was more internal, but again, it's like, oh, or it could also be a literal ending, but it had to end because there's something here about you not wanting to live in the dark forever. We also have the Three of Pentacles. There was a third party involved. I'm not saying that there may have been a third party involved. You may have been compared to somebody else. I'm not saying that there was any cheating or anything, but there was definitely a suspicious party involved here. Yeah. But let's move on to the current energy. I don't want to linger on that energy. I'm just going to have to leave that for you, Pile 2. You'll know if it was you. And if there wasn't a third party involved, then there's definitely an energy here of like attention being given elsewhere. If that makes any sense. Yeah, attention being given elsewhere. So current energy, let's clarify this Nine of Wands. We have the Mother, this is the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. This is you nurturing yourself physically. You could be going to spas more. Like I said, I feel like if you do go to the gym, it's going to be for like, not emotional reasons. It's more like internal. Like you do it for taking care of yourself, literally. And as a result, you also just happen to get a great bod at the same time because you want to take care of yourself. Let's clarify the Nine of Wands again. Oh, we got 3 cards. We have, yeah, you're going to get some messages from people that find you attractive. We also have the Star and the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is moving on emotionally. I feel like if we were to put these this way, it would make more sense. Because you're leaving behind whatever this situation was. Whatever it was, I feel like some of you don't even want to know. Because right now I'm hearing the weekends, I don't want to know. If you're creeping, keep it on the low because my heart can't take it anymore. It's like some of you didn't even want to see what was going on there because I feel like that would have been too much for you. So you decided to move on and just look and get better is what I'm hearing. Like you just wanted to put yourself in this energy where you're a lot better. And you are. You're definitely taking care of yourself. You're nurturing yourself physically, eating the right foods, hitting the gym, going to those spas if you need a massage, taking care of your body. But you're still a little bit on the defense. I can tell you're slowly but surely coming out of this with the Son of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. So I definitely see somebody like hearing messages either from this person coming back or like wanting to hold on to you, especially now that you're looking a lot better. They're like, hey, I see that you're taking care of yourself. But with the Star here, you're rising above this. Like you don't seem to care about this anymore. Regardless of what's going on, you're becoming somebody knowing that you're becoming somebody who knows that they deserve so much better with the Star here. Also notice how this looks like this little, I guess that's a pentacle, or no, what's it called? Pentagram? A pentagram of wands here. You're fighting for your inner peace. You're fighting for your hope because you don't want to be stuck with whatever this energy was. You don't want to be stuck with this message of whatever the past was. You definitely left that behind. I mean, just look at it. It looks bleak, and now you're focusing on yourself. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords in the future because I really do feel like that's what I need the most clarification on. So right now you're currently in a defensive energy, but you're taking care of yourself and full of hope. So for my pile 2, let's clarify the Eight of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles. Some of you might be stuck on this energy that you'll never be able to find somebody because, well, let's see why. Justice. Some of you you're really hoping that whoever did this gets what they deserve. But I'm also seeing you getting justice. Then one more card for my lovely pile 2. Oh, Oh, okay. Someone is coming through for sure. And you could either take this to mean two different people. I sometimes do. A Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, somebody who's got the hots for you and will let you know. And the Father of Cups, which would be the King of Cups, somebody who is emotionally mature, definitely cares about how you feel, and like just wants you to feel great, wants you to be happy. If you were to combine these two together, it could be somebody who's both, who like has the hots for you and wants to be emotional and wants to be emotionally there for you, who wants to give you love and all this. Sorry, I was getting a download. Oh, I'm seeing whoever this. Oh, I'm sorry. Like you can't. This is off camera, but like my head keeps nodding. Whoever this person is, they're very intuitive. Is this one person or two people? I'm being shown that this is options you're going to get. You're going to get some people who just kind of want to be there and hang out with you because you look hot, and they also, want a piece of that. But you're also going to get people who are actually going to like care about you. And in this case, I feel like Spirit is calling you to get somebody who can do both. Get you somebody who both will take care of you emotionally, but also court you like, you're the sexiest thing ever. Yeah, I feel like this is how you get back at this person. You're not even trying to, and then these people show up, or this person shows up, depending on how you want to see it. I feel like some of you don't really entertain too many people, so you'll choose just one person, and you could combine these to be one. And then some of you who do entertain a lot of people, you could make these out to be two different people. But your person's going to find out about it. And with the Justice card here, they're going to hear about it. It's going to be on social media. It's going to be on, I don't know, they might hear it through a friend, they might hear it through work, because this can also be the work card. But someone's going to find out that you're dating somebody who actually cares about you and is treating you right. And now that you're looking good, they're going to be jealous. But this is also reminding me of the card you chose with the rainbow here. Again, people seeing you in a different perspective. Let's say you're this cat here. They're seeing you turning from this white cat to this black cat, or vice versa, depending on the energy you want to embody. There's definitely a feeling here that better things are coming for you. Better people are coming for you as well, pile 2. I'm sorry this ended up being a little bit more romantic related than I wanted it to be, but I definitely feel like some of you needed to hear this. And if that's not resonating, then we do have other piles for you to choose. My accent has been shifting quite a bit today. I'm not sure what that's all about. It happens sometimes when I'm channeling. With the five of Pentacles just makes me think, don't give up hope, because I'm thinking of the Beauty and the Beast, where there's a rose in the beast's bedroom, or whatever it is, and that's an indication of like when the last petal falls and all the inanimate objects will become actual objects in the castle. And the only way to save it is like through finding true love. And of course, he finds Belle. And I feel like you might be in that energy right now. Like you're looking for true love before the last petal falls, pile 2. And that's okay. I won't tell anybody. There's nothing wrong with wanting true love. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be loved either. But I feel like whoever hurt you in the past, they've made you have to be on the defense quite a bit. They've made you put up your walls. But this wonderful person is going to come through, and they're going to treat you right. They're going to care about you, and they're going to let you know, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who's very direct, and they know what they want. And then the King of Cups is somebody who can, like I said, you can trust them emotionally. You can believe what they have to say. My head keeps doing that nod thing. Why is that? I feel like you will know who this is because you'll be given an indication by like your spirits, or I don't know, it'll be a very obvious sign of who this is here. They could be a Libra. We do have Justice. The star is Aquarius, so they could have some air. They could also be a water sign, of course, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I definitely feel it could be a combination of all that as well. But I definitely feel like you have better things coming for you, better people for sure, who are going to appreciate you for what you are, for what you look, not just on the outside, but the inside as well. Because I feel like whatever this is, this person is going to see through a lot of your exterior. Like, yes, the exterior brings them in and like gives them an indication that you're an attractive person, but And they're going to care about you, for sure. And now I feel my heart opening. It's really cute. I love this. I love this energy for you. Just don't lose hope, pile 2, I promise you. But let's move on to some advice cards here for my lovely, lovely pile 2, my beautiful pile 2, my smoking hot pile 2. I promise you that's what you are. Okay, we have some angel guidance cards. Even if you don't believe in angels, I promise you these cards are like really, really good. I think I have to stop apologizing for believing in angels at some point, because I know I do. All right, pile 2. Surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. This is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in our world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. So, two things. One is, yes, surrender to the idea that you can be loved fully and completely and absolutely madly by somebody who loves you inside and out and who will never, well, maybe not never, but who won't lie to you about important things. But also to have faith that there are people out there who believe in love as well, who believe in giving as much as you do to a person that they love. I know there's a lot of stuff online sometimes about, like, you know, people cheating or toxic relationships or whatever. But this is a call to let those notions and those ideas go, because they have no place in your life and they have no place in your heart. Not saying that it doesn't happen or that they don't exist. It's just like, yeah, it's out there, but it's not for you. So let it go. I know it's more simply said than done, but I feel like you have to stop giving your energy and your mind any attention to that, because that's not a story for you. At the very least, it's not anymore. So we have some tea leaves now to see what else is in store for my pile 2. We have rat, someone working against you behind your back. I feel like that's that past energy. If you had any suspicion that they were working behind your back, then yeah, or working against you. I feel like they were. If it wasn't a love connection, it could have been like work or a friend or something as well. Pin, new job, career. So some of you might be, like I said, I feel like some of you might be in a new workspace or may have been promoted, so it feels like a new job. You have rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Let's put that here because I feel like that goes with the rat. Yeah, I can see why you're on the defense pile too. I feel like certain people, because you're attractive and you draw so much attention, it will also draw like a negative attention from people who are jealous or who don't think you're all that great. We also have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. It's funny because I was just saying that that I should stop apologizing for believing in angels. Maybe some of you do too as well. But I'm also hearing that song by Kali Uchis now, Igual que un ángel, just like an angel. So listen to that song. It's a beautiful song. I feel like you need to pile 2. It could be part of your glow up soundtrack or something, your glow up playlist. We have Cain. Pay attention to your health. I feel like some of you already are. Like I said, I see some of you like joining a gym, again for practical reasons, but in the process it also makes you more attractive physically. And egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. So do expect good stuff to come out of this, especially if you have a new job, career, or if you've been looking for some success in some endeavor. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I can tell nothing but good stuff is coming forward in your future, because right now I'm doing a little dance, even though I wasn't dancing before. Maybe whoever this new person coming in will take you out dancing. I don't know. But if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Group 3. If you chose this beautiful amethyst point, then we have a reading here for you today about the next chapter of your life. The song that was coming through for you was it Rihanna or Sia? I think Rihanna performs it and Sia wrote it, but it's Shine Bright Like a Diamond. or diamonds. I'm not sure what it's called, but there's something about, it's funny because you chose the new pearl, but I'm also getting diamonds. So I don't know if you work with jewelry or maybe jewelry is like a big thing for you, but there's definitely something here about you shining for sure. But it's like, I don't know, there's something very dazzling about you, almost glamorous. There's something very ethereal about you as well. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in your life right now. And as a result of this, regardless of what's going on in your life, you're going to be, I feel like your value is going up. And I hate saying that because it makes you sound like an object, but it's not that. It's more like you're leveling up, you're really becoming more independent, you're making more money, or you're acquiring more skills that make you a valuable person. So especially if you're looking for a job, I feel like that's going to be a very, you're becoming a valuable asset is what I keep hearing. So I really feel if you're looking for a job, this is a good sign. But let's tap into your, I'm sorry, I apologize for all the cars in the background. My neighborhood in the spring is so noisy, which is interesting. But anyway, but likewise, I feel like you might be causing a stir, especially if you're coming into a new season, because I feel like whatever's going on with you, people are noticing for sure because diamonds and pearls, they shine. There's something, valuable about them. We have tenderness, true love, and compassion. That's number 9. We also have healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. We have adventures. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. I really love this card. It's almost like some of you are waking up now and you're choosing joy, love, fulfillment, compassion. It's like you're choosing to be in a good energy. And I feel like that's part of the reason that you're shining. We have the Great Mother, surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. And chamomile. Some of you might like chamomile tea, courage. Chamomile can, let's see, where do I start? In medieval times, chamomile was planted near struggling plants in the belief that it would strengthen them. It is also thought to have health benefits for humans and can be brewed into a tea that will soothe you as you sip. Although now used to aid relaxation, the Victorians drank chamomile tea as a morning pick-me-up, and the flower came to mean energy. Chamomile can also say, I admire your courage, and do not despair, as well as suggesting love in adversity. It is also used to send the message, all who know you will love you. This is very interesting. This is giving me this energy that even when you're faced with people who don't like you, or if you're in a situation where people are they're trying to bring you down, or they're trying to say something negative about you, I feel like you're still approaching it with love, because again, I feel like you're waking up every day and choosing love and compassion and understanding, as opposed to being on this defensive energy, especially if previously you were in an energy where you had to defend yourself a lot, or you felt that the world was beating you down, or that you couldn't trust anybody. I really feel you coming out of that and now stepping into this energy where you're choosing to trust the universe, to trust the love that you both receive from the universe, and that you are choosing to share that love with everybody else. I really love this energy for you, pile 3. It's almost like it doesn't matter how much people dislike you or how much they try to bring you down, you will still show compassion towards them, because at the center of their heart, they're just grieving or they're hurt. You understand that hurt people. And though that doesn't mean you're going to put up with too much of their of the backlash that you're going to receive, you will choose to view it through the lens of love. And this is a very empowering energy, believe it or not, pile 3. Did I call you pile 2? I meant to call you pile 3. It's very empowering to choose love and to see people through whatever garbage it is that they want to put on you or throw at you. It's like you understand that at the center, there's just this sad child, or somebody who is lonely, or somebody who just didn't receive the proper amount of love in their life, either from their family, loved ones, or the universe. You understand that there is a grieving soul behind every person who tries to do you any wrong. And it honestly, it makes me want to cry because it's just such a beautiful energy that you're putting out there. This is why this tenderness card is here with true love and compassion. The healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. I feel like, believe it or not, this compassion that you show towards people, I'm not saying it's going to heal them, but the ones that are open to it are definitely going to receive that healing and maybe like feel bad after the fact that they tried to do anything. And then there's going to be some people who don't heal. Of course, there's always people who, no matter what, they're just going to keep doing what they do. But it's almost like, it's like, this is why the Great Mother showed up here. It's like how a mother sees their child who is acting up and throwing a tantrum and being mean. They understand that they're just a little child who doesn't understand their feelings, or that, they're feeling anger or some kind of negative energy, some kind of negative emotion for the first time, and they don't know how to handle it. So the mother just patiently, waits it out and then explains to them why that's wrong, or, tells them that, hey, this isn't how we do things. It's gentle parenting other people. It's gentle parenting their souls, that broken child within them that like was never taught any love. You're gentle parenting the people who try to do wrong to you. And it's such a beautiful energy. And I feel like some of you might be in this preparation to be an actual parent. Maybe this is why you suddenly have found the patience to put up with a lot of the BS that is being thrown your way. Because, raising children can be like that. Sometimes they'll wake up and decide to be a little monster. And it's not their fault. That's just how they feel that day, and that's okay. Or maybe they've been surrounded by other little monsters and they're just trying to, process that energy. I feel like you're learning patience and true love. A lot of love here. With adventures, it's quite interesting. I feel like you're taking on this energy to be almost like its own adventure. Maybe some of you have never been in this energy, in this vibration of absolute love and compassion towards humankind. Because I feel like, especially if you're somebody who in the past kind of hated people, because I don't blame you, people can be ugly as a whole, and as a collective, they can be pretty unbearable. But I feel like you're approaching this kind of like you're entering a new world through a different lens, or that you've become like a much more compassionate human. I almost wanted to say evolved, but I don't feel like you're seeing yourself above everybody else. It's more like you understand that the world needs more love, so you're going to do your best to put it out there. And honestly, pile 3, this is such a beautiful energy to have. I don't think you understand that the world could use more of you. So much more. Yeah, I really do love this chamomile. It's almost like you yourself are becoming chamomile or chamomile. I'm not exactly sure how this is pronounced. That you're becoming this tea for people. It's like you get around them and they suddenly get relaxed and calm, and maybe in some cases a little sleepy. Maybe they've had a hard time sleeping, and you finally bring that sense of inner peace so that they can get a full night's rest. With courage here, I am being shown the strength card. You are that in the Rider Waite. You are that goddess lady looking person who is taming the beast, who is taming that lion. I admire your courage and do not despair. I feel like in some cases you may be providing a lot of good advice for some people, especially those people who are going through a hard time and you realize it. Like, I'm seeing you go up to certain friends that are just, maybe you have a friend who's been flaking out on you a lot, or who hasn't been around, or who is going through a hard time. And it's like you just decide to call them up or hang out with them one day, and you're just giving them nothing but good advice and love and hugs. And, you're just deciding to be a really good friend. Or maybe like I'm getting like big sis or big bro energy as well. Like maybe you're just trying to share a little bit of the love that you feel and receive. Because I feel like you're a very connected individual, pile 3. You're definitely somebody who, or at least you will come into this energy of being somebody who chooses love every day. Not because you want love, or because it's not for selfish reasons. It's because you understand that somebody has to be the change in the world that you want to see. And I feel like it starts with you. It's like you're taking it upon yourself to be this beacon of absolute understanding, compassion, and acceptance to everybody else. I'm going to read the new pearl from the book. This is The Wild Unknown Alchemy, oracle, and it's very lovely. I don't think I've ever received this, so I've never actually had to read up on it, but I know that pearls are built under pressure. They start as a speck of sand, and under all that pressure, they become, or am I thinking of diamonds? I think diamonds become, they start off as carbon, and under pressure, they become diamonds. But I think it's something similar with the pearl. They start as a speck of sand, and then they become a pearl. But like I said, you come from an energy where you understood what it was like to hate everybody and to dislike the world and everything you saw in it. So you've decided to become a beacon of change. That's truly what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody who walks the walk, like talks the talk and walks the walk. Is that the expression? I can't remember. Oh, and it also says Margarita Preciosa. So maybe some of you like margaritas, or somebody's named Margarita or Preciosa. That means precious in Spanish. I know it's Latin, but yeah. I always recommend margaritas, of course. We have the new pearl, grit, irritation, and waiting. The new pearl is one of the great promises of alchemy. From a single grain of sand, the pearl forms slowly but surely in the salty mouth of the oyster. The new pearl emerges as an alchemical miracle, a sight unimaginable at the outset. That said, the process is generated from irritation itself. Such is the medicine of the new pearl card. The work is underway, but the gem has not yet formed. Don't become petty and hasty, seeking a return on your efforts. Rather, turn to patience, consistency, and humility to remedy the discomfort. Let the magic of time and salt water do its work. Relax, believe, and support a fellow alchemist in finding the grit that will become their pearl. Don't worry about you right now. The entire ocean is your ally. Yeah, I feel like a lot of that has to do with what I just said, but also the irritation and the waiting. I feel like some of you are in this energy of like waiting for better things to come, or waiting for something is coming for you and you know it, or you're waiting for something to show up in your life, like something you're manifesting. I definitely feel a lot of you are working with that. So it's like in the meantime, you're just deciding to spread love and cheer and joy and a lot of good energy. And honestly, that's the best way to alleviate this irritation and the waiting. I feel again like patience is your friend right now. You're learning to um, it's like when you're waiting in line, rather than just sit there and be annoyed that you have to wait in line, you're going to maybe strike up a conversation with somebody, or say something nice, or maybe get on your phone and like send message to somebody that you've been wanting to send a message to, or spread like a lot of positivity, maybe share like a really cute picture or a really inspiring quote, something along those lines. Like if you're going to have to wait, you might as well do something wonderful with that time while you are waiting, to avoid the irritation. And I really do love this energy. It's quite beautiful, pile 3. It really is. And I think as a result, you're becoming more beautiful at like in general, instead as not instead. I feel like you already are very beautiful. But it's like I said, there's a glow to you. Shine bright like a diamond, the new pearl. I really do love that. The idea that these precious jewels come from nothing, essentially. We have sand and we have carbon, and then they, under pressure, they become something beautiful. And likewise, it's almost like you can see all the hardships that you've had to face was just all that pressure that was applied to you, so you could become this beautiful, indestructible gem that you are, pile 3. I love this energy so much. I really do. And if you don't see this right now, I promise you, you will come into it. You will find the inspiration one day. And I'm not saying you're going to be in this energy every day. Everybody has their days where they're just like, I don't feel like being a beacon of happiness and joy. Some days you just want to be yourself and sit at home, watch TV, eat ice cream. It's going to be like, you're going to be stepping into this energy more and more. And I don't want to say it's going to be the whole chapter, but it's definitely going to be like a big key theme of it, or it's going to be a new way that you handle life in general. We have lots of yellow, so solar plexus energy is coming through. Definitely a lot of confidence is coming through, or at the very least, you're coming off this way. You're coming off a lot more confident to people, and they're going to notice it and they're going to love it. And I feel like this is how you attract a lot of the things that you've been manifesting as well. But we also have this green, so a lot of heart chakra energy, of course, because when you're spreading love, you spread it from the heart. The great mother, fall into her arms, surrender to the mystery. I feel like this surrender energy is more like you giving up on trying to like fight with the universe about what you want and what you're manifesting, and just surrendering, being like, okay, fine, whatever. Let me be happy. Let me be free. Let me do these things, and I'll just wait for whatever I'm manifesting to show up. And whatever you're manifesting could be anything. Like, it doesn't matter. You just know that it's going to take some time. It could be money, a house, friends in some case, or even like somebody, a partner. So I feel like you're kind of given up on these things. You stop working on that, and you're focusing instead on the now and the people around you, the energy around you. If it's not people that you're sending love to, it could be a space or an area. For example, I do this sometimes when I'm about to go into like a clinic or a hospital or I don't know, a grocery store during a very busy day. I'll send a lot of good light and love and energy to it, and hope that everything there is great for everybody there. So that way, when I go in, I can also like, well, one, see if my manifestation came through, or true, came through, true. What did I mean to say there? Make sure that my manifestation is working. Make sure that everybody's in the best light, and that I can also, enjoy from that, because I'm the one who sent the energy there. So it's like, yeah, I feel like a lot of you are just learning to work with energy a lot more. This is definitely a very spiritual pile. But I think you know that. And this is why I'm just kind of focusing on a very specific aspect of your beautiful energy, pile 3. But let's move on to the tarot, because I'm actually excited to see what the next chapter of your life is like, because I already got a really good glimpse of it. And I really feel like this is going to be a big theme of it. We're going to start with... this is the Weaver deck, or the Weaver Tarot. And I'm going to do past, present, future, focusing more on the present and the future, of course. But I'm curious to see what your past was like to get you into this energy. I already had a bit of a feeling that, again, it was not the best. But I feel like something kickstarted this. It could also be what you're trying to manifest. Sorry for my crazy shuffling. Some of you are definitely just trying to get your ish together, that's for sure. So for my pile 3, I'm sorry if I'm calling you like every number except your actual number, pile 3. That happens sometimes. It could also be like a subtle hint to go back and look at those piles if you felt drawn to them. All right, so in the past we have the Seeker of Wands. This would be the Page of Wands, and the Chariot. This is something happening very fast, but it's not exactly Tower card energy. It's like you want to move on from something very fast. This is you right now, or what you were. The Page of Wands, wanting to get on with something, wanting to move on with your life. I feel like whatever was in the past, it was just a little bit too slow to start, or a little bit too slow to get on. I feel like you were trying to move forward very quickly, or trying to just get on with life, because I feel like for some of you, you're kind of over the past. You don't even want to think about it. This is very strong fire energy. The Chariot is Cancer, but I'm feeling a lot more like Leo or Aries, honestly. Maybe Sagittarius as well, because you've been wanting to move on very fast from whatever was in your past. It might be a little bit of trying to run away from it, but I feel like that's not a bad thing, because you knew that you had been stuck in that past energy for far too long. Yeah, I'm trying to tap into your past, and not too much of it is coming through. I do see, though, that sometime in the past, you did think very negatively of other people or of the world in general. But this could have been like in your far past or childhood, young adult, whatever. I feel like that's so far gone, and it's definitely a big theme. But now it's like you just wanted to move on. So let's get your current energy. I will elaborate on this with another deck, though. We have Justice. Oh, okay. I love this. I love this. Things are finally coming into balance. Especially if something, whatever it is that you were trying to get away from, was because that it was being unfair or that it was draining you, you will see that energy go back into alignment. So for example, let's say you had a relationship where you were giving far too much of yourself into, and you received nowhere near as much or not enough back, or maybe nothing at all. This is the Karma card. It's coming through to let you know you will be receiving all that love and all that attention and energy that you poured into somebody else back, either in the form of like loved ones coming through, or friends, or maybe another partner who will actually treat you right and actually give you everything that you need. Or Another example could be work. Maybe you put a lot of your effort into that previous job, but because it was a sinking ship, you had to leave right away. So now you're going to be finding a job that will give you everything that you need and take care of you. Or maybe you're even starting your own business and you will provide that for yourself. I am seeing wrongs be righted, and I'm seeing everything that you've ever been, anything that you've ever given will come back to you. And in some cases, tenfold, I'm hearing, which is very lovely, especially if you had like a financial investment that didn't come through. I feel like it's going to come in and you're going to make such a good return on it. And then future energy. Two cards want to come through. The Seeker of Cups. I'm not surprised. This is the Page of Cups and the Queen of Coins. So like I said, some of you are definitely getting that finance coming through. This is nurturing through physical things, but also the physical body. Okay, back of the deck energy. I had to show it because it's the World. Yeah. There's going to be a sense of completion here. But this future energy, you're definitely calling in people because you're sending so much love out there to everybody. I feel like you're going to make new friends. This is new people coming in that are going to appreciate you and love you the way that you deserve to be loved, pile 3. If you were called to pile 2, I would definitely recommend you go to that one because it was a very lovely reading, especially with this Seeker of Cups card here, this Page of Cups. And then with the Queen of Pentacles, whoever these people are that are coming in, I'm so sorry for this noise. I thought that was somebody knocking on my door. I love that you get to meet my whole neighborhood in these videos through the vehicles that they decide to. Anyway, okay, the Page of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Whoever these people are that are coming in that are going to love you will love you for your stability, will love you because you definitely have it made. It's like you have your financial stability. You know how to take care of yourself. You nurture your body and nourish your soul. They're going to love that very, I keep saying stability, but it's also a very secure person that you are. I feel like people understand that you're very grounded and you're kind of no nonsense. And they're going to love this about you, pile 3, especially if in the past people kind of took that for granted. Like, for example, I feel like you're somebody who pays your bills on time, you have a secure job, or at the very least, whatever resources that you have, you know how to handle them very well, and you know how to make them work for you. These people are going to love that about you. Whereas in the past, people maybe took that for granted or ignored it, or maybe they would like feed off of that. Like they knew you made money, so they kind of lived off of that, or maybe made you pay everything and while they didn't pay anywhere near as much. It's that kind of energy where these people are going to appreciate that. And in some cases, even nourish it. I feel like, look, for example, if we're going with the example of like a job, this job will also like make sure that you're taken care of. They will pay for your things. They will accommodate you. They will make sure that you enjoy your time there because, again, you're becoming a person of value. They know what you're made of and they want to keep you there. So I really do love this energy. And of course, if you want to take the example of a partner, this partner will also make sure that they're putting their best foot forward, that they're also paying their bills, but that you're also being taken care of emotionally at the very least. Because I feel like whatever you left was just not giving you anything that was worth keeping. So let's move on to the tarot. Or sorry, we already are at the tarot. Let's move on to clarifying these cards. So to clarify our past energy, I'm only getting 2 cards here. We have the 4 of Pentacles. This was hard to let go. So I can see that once you decided to let it go, you like ran fast. And the Hierophant. But you learned your lesson. This was definitely a karmic situation that you were having to deal with, maybe a karmic relationship. But you knew that you had to leave. And like I said, I'm not getting a tower moment. I feel like this might have been more planned than you would have liked to admit, or they would have liked to admit. But we do have this little lightning here, and that is giving me the energy of the tower. So it's like I said, it's karmic lessons here that we are learning. A lesson may be very difficult. What's the word? What am I trying to say? A hard-learned lesson. There we go. Now, to clarify the Justice card, what's going on right now with all this balance coming into play, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're definitely working hard towards something, whether it's realigning yourself with the universe with this love and compassionate energy, both toward yourself and others, or it could actually be physically working on what it is you have. Maybe you're throwing yourself more into your job so that you can advance, or if it's a new job, again, so that you can really familiarize yourself with it. And in some cases, maybe you want to get a promotion or you just want to make more money. I feel like some of you are putting in the extra work for this. And we also have the Sun. I love this. I love this so much because it just means, again, that you are shining. You are shining so brightly. And you have this confidence and courage, and people are noticing you. There's just something so beautiful about you, pile 3. I highly encourage you to go back to pile 2. Like, if you were deciding between this and pile 2 is definitely your pile. Let's see. To clarify future energy. Like, let's see, let's see who these people are. Because I definitely feel like you're the Queen of Pentacles here. If it is somebody coming in, it could be a very nurturing, a very physically and or financially nurturing person. They will be more in their feminine energy. So even if it is like a man, if they identify as a man, they'll be in this very caring and nurturing energy, something that will be easy to approach, as opposed to like a King of Pentacles where they're already large and in charge. Here we have somebody who's a little bit more, I'm hearing easy on the eyes, but I'm also hearing soft. It's soft boy energy. Let's clarify these. Yep. Yeah, in some cases, it's going to be somebody who is wanting to offering all these cups of love. It's definitely somebody new with this Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And then the Nine of Cups, like I said, they're going to want you to feel emotionally nourished is what I'm hearing. And in some cases, it might be a wish fulfillment. Maybe you meet somebody who is like everything that you've been looking for. And it could be a job, it could be friends, it could be like other people. But in some cases, it might also be a romantic interest. With the Four of Cups here, I feel like some of you are going to be looking at your past. And this is very interesting. I feel like you're letting go of some notion of the past or some ideals of the past, because the Four of Cups, it's somebody reflecting on usually past emotions, but also, yeah, you're reflecting on the past and seeing how that's affecting you now. I feel like some of you are definitely letting go of certain patterns that you may have repeated in the past, or letting go of certain expectations that you may have had about your partners, especially because you know that you're in a new energy. So you don't have to ask your not current. Well, maybe in some cases it is current. Maybe you've already met this person and you know who it is and you're deepening that connection. But you no longer have to ask your partners, current or future, going forward, for certain things that you have to use to ask them for. For example, maybe you don't need as much attention because you know how to give yourself attention. Maybe you're not asking them to compliment you as much because you already know you look good. Why would you have to ask them? If they do compliment you, you accept it graciously, of course, but you're not going to be like, standing in front of them and asking them, do I look pretty? Do I look fat? Like it's that kind of energy. You're not asking them. Or if you're a guy, flexing your muscles and being like, how does this look? You're not having to ask them that because you know you look good. So instead, it's like you're being in this receptive energy of allowing people to come to you and tell you you look good. That's the example I'm showing because that's what's coming through. But like I said, you don't have to ask for the things that you used to have to ask for in the past because they'll just give it to you. You're not having to put in the effort. You're not having to demand things that should already be, part of the whole package deal here. And take that as it resonates for whatever your situation is. Like I said, I love the Four of Cups here, and I've never seen it so positively displayed because it's you letting go of old feelings, of old patterns, of the past for sure. Because this rat is looking back on all this crap and saying, I no longer want that. I want whatever this is. I no longer want these cups. I want these. And then the World card, of course, is this feeling of satisfaction and completion. An 18 plus message is coming through, and I know it can be considered the big O. So take that if it resonates. I'm not going to go too much into detail about that because like I said, I just feel like some of you are just definitely going to feel very satisfied in this future, in this next chapter of your life, and in this future energy that you're tapping into. Back of the deck, again, we have the Page of Cups. New people are coming into your life, and they're going to tell you how much they love you. They're going to express their gratitude and affection towards you. Again, this could be friends. I feel like it's more than one person, really. So you could see that as multiple suitors, or you could see that as like a lot of friends. It could also just be your family reminding you how much they love you, or maybe, giving you gifts here and there, or just spending time with you. In some cases, it could be children. I feel like for some of you, if you're already in a connection, I feel like you could finally be in an energy where you feel comfortable bringing children into your life, but only take that if it resonates, of course. But I'm really loving this energy for you, pile 3. It is so beautiful. Again, this Justice card is the karma. Because you're putting so much love out there in the world is giving you love back tenfold. Tenfold. I love this for you, pile 3. It's so beautiful, really. Let's move on to your closing advice cards here. Yeah, whatever this past energy was, I feel like in some case it could have been a bit narcissistic energy, whether that was like a past boss, a past relationship, maybe friends, because the Seeker of Wands is the Page of Wands, and Wands, when seen negatively, can be seen as narcissistic. But let's get you an angel guidance card. So for my lovely pile 3, we have patience. What did I say about patience? You're learning patience. Okay, patience is required at the moment. You may feel that things are not moving as fast as you would like. There's that Chariot and the Page of Wands coming through. Yet there is a lot going on energetically. The current situation causing concern is evolving positively. Let go and have patience. You will eventually realize that this whole event was in fact a blessing. All is perfect as it is. Trust, you are eternally loved and guided. Bjork's All is Full of Love is coming through, and that's such a beautiful song. And the opening lyrics are, all is full of love, you'll be taken care of. All is full of love, you have to trust it. That's such beautiful energy. Pile 3, let me know how you're doing. Let me know if any of this resonates, or at the very least claim it. Like, this energy is just so beautiful. Let's get you some tea leaf cards to see what else is coming through in your next chapter. We have Ant, work, achievement, and success. Yes, I love this. I love this for you. Like I said, you're putting in the work and you're going to receive success. We have Claw, be careful, do not take risks. Yeah, I was getting that energy that you're playing it very safe, and that's part of the reason you're just choosing to show love and gratitude everywhere, as opposed to like going for things. Even the Justice card is giving me this sense that you have to keep it balanced. Like, yes, put in the hard work, but don't take risks. At least not right now. The only risk you should be taking is something that you know you can handle. For example, if you are going for a promotion here, make sure it's a promotion that you know you'll be able to handle. Don't do something that's just a little bit too much out of your comfort zone, because I feel like that would put you in a different energy. And what you need to do right now is nurture this beautiful love that you got going on right now. We have Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Yep. We have Broom, new home, new attitude. For those of you who've been trying to manifest a new home, that's definitely coming in, but also the new attitude especially is coming through. I feel like, especially if you come from a place where you might be known for having a very harsh attitude. I'm not calling you out or anything. I'm known for this too. But if you come from a place where you may not have been in the best energy, you're definitely gaining a whole new attitude on life, a whole new perspective. You're becoming so much softer, but that makes you stronger. I hope you understand that, pile 3. We have Butterfly, a change for the better. You're definitely transforming. You're definitely coming out of your cocoon and you're blossoming so beautifully, pile 3. Last one, Door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Yes, yes, you're waiting for these opportunities, and meanwhile you're doing the work. You're showing the love. This new attitude will help you bring in something new. If it's a home, it could be a home, of course, but I feel like for a lot of you, it'll just be a new way of being. A whole new life, really. This next chapter, it's going to be such a bright, beautiful chapter. It's going to be like your favorite chapter to go back and reread in your whole book. of life. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Again, claim this down in the comments. It's such beautiful energy. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose this lepidolite stone and the copper card, then we have your reading here for you today about the next chapter of your life. So I'm wondering if you're a 90s baby, because when I was channeling stuff for you before I hit record, I kept getting references to like 90s things. For example, this card is number 23, and that made me think of Michael Jordan's jersey number when he was with the Chicago Bulls, number 23. I am from Chicago, and I lived in Chicago during that time, so made me think of that. It also says Aerith down here, and that made me think of Aerith in Final Fantasy VII. So like I said, you might be a 90s baby, or maybe you grew up with a lot of these references. I'm not sure if that's resonating for you. But we do have copper, and that actually resonates with Venus, which is the planet of love, but also social activity. Because what I was getting for you is that people are going to get dressed up very nice for you. So I'm not sure if this is something you already encounter. Maybe you host parties a lot, or maybe you work at a restaurant so they come dressed nicely, or maybe you are like a recruiter of some kind, or maybe you do interviews with people so they always dress, really good for you. But there's definitely a feeling here that people want to look good for you. This Venus, I mean, you could be a very good looking person as well. I feel like you do pay attention to physical appearance, but there's something about people dressing good for you or looking good for you, because now I'm hearing Selena Gomez says, I just want to look good for you. So take that as it resonates. That was a very interesting channel that I got. It was kind of like a mixed bag of a bunch of random stuff. But let's look at your oracles. We have sensuality, feminine wisdom, and passion. We have wisdom. We have wisdom twice. I feel like you're a lot wiser than people give you credit for, pile 4. We have my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. That's a lovely card. We have lineage of the rose, moved by the goddess, here for this, soul call, gather. Here for this, gather. I love this. I really do feel like you're somebody who likes to throw gatherings and parties and dinner parties. I feel like people really like to impress you. And then we have lilac, lost love. Ooh. Lilac marks the dawn of a new season of growth, and the flowers are used to represent renewal. A cloud of lilac can remind a friend at a crossroads to let go of the past and harness the positive feeling of moving forward. I really love this. The lost love is making me think that somebody from the past might be coming back into your life, but that's up for you to decide whether you want to have them back or not. You could just be hearing about them. You could be updated about them. But this energy that you're stepping into, pile 4, you're having a great time. You are having such a great time. I feel like you're going out more. You're definitely hanging out with people with sensuality. I feel, again, people just want to look good for you. I feel like people are stepping up their game when it comes to like wanting to attract you. There's definitely like a few key players here. Not player like they're going to play you, but I'm seeing like a few options that you may have, and they're all going to try to impress you, especially if you invite them over to either like your place or for a party or out to dinner. It's like, if you're not feeling this right now, I really do feel like you will be stepping into this chapter of your life pretty soon, or at some point in your life. If not right now, it could be a little bit far off depending on what you're going through. We will look into the tarot for that. But it's definitely a feeling that there's people out there waiting for you to impress you. You could also be doing this. You could be trying to impress people, but I don't feel it as much. Again, because you're in this energy of wisdom and freedom. I feel like you're definitely going through a big shift, or have just come out of having done a really big shift. And what stands out for me is wisdom and passion for you, pile 4. It's weird. It's like I keep getting downloads of like people coming through for you, but I'm also trying to tap into your energy. So like I'm getting like two mixed messages. Maybe those 90s references are from the people that you're going to be, that are going to try to come into your life. But with wisdom, you're the wise one here, pile 4. I feel like you've gone through a lot. You have spiritual gifts and they come through freedom. I feel, especially right now, because you are in this energy of freedom, you're allowing yourself to grow in ways that you may not have grown before, especially if you're, for example, doing much of, I hate saying this because I'm not accusing you of being lazy. If you're doing much of nothing, like maybe you're focusing more on yourself, maybe on your days off from work or whatever time you have free to yourself, you're just choosing to do nothing. And that's the best thing you could do, because this is when you get the best downloads, or when you get inspired to move in a certain way that you typically don't move, or to do certain things that you don't typically do. I really love that kind of energy where you're just chilling and suddenly you decide, oh, let me go here and see what's up there. And then you find out that you have a passion for whatever it is you find there, or you may find new people there. It's definitely allowing the universe to show you what to do and how to be guided, especially with lineage of the rose here, moved by the goddess. You're being moved by the universe. I'm taking the goddess here to mean the universe, spiritual guidance, divine energy, whatever you want to call it, because I don't really like to say god or goddess. I like to use a more broad term for it, because it really is very expansive. And likewise, I feel like you're expanding a lot, pile 4. I'm going to read from the book for copper, because like I said, it resonates with Venus. So some of you could be going through some kind of Venus return, or I don't know, look at your Venus sign and see what's going on with that, because I feel like this will let you know when this will happen. For some of you, it might be sooner than later, and for some of you, it might not be till like closer to the end of the year, because Venus goes through all the signs. I don't want to say all in one year. I want to say like sometimes it skips a year before it gets to another, because Venus retrograde is also a thing. But regardless, look at your Venus. So we have fertility, the womb, Venus. In ancient times, on an island called Cyprus, copper was mined extensively to make vessels and tools. This island is the same fertile ground of Aphrodite, the goddess associated with the planet Venus and forces of love, pleasure, and fertility. Such is the magic of copper. This golden-hued metal elicits delight and mystique, even a sense of awe. The copper card marks the arrival of Eris into the laboratory. It is likely the alchemist has been hard at work for too long, prioritizing scholarly pursuits over sensual pleasure. Get ready for a shift of priorities, for an awakening of the heart and the life-generating centers of the body. Bring sensuality into the fold and embrace it with reverence and curiosity. Aphrodite smiles upon you. And it's funny because it's right next to sensuality. So yeah, do expect a good time, pile 4. Expect a good time. If you were drawn to pile 2, I feel like that's your sister pile, because something very similar happened there. But there's definitely a sense here that people want to look good for you, because quite frankly, they want to be considered for to be a date or to be a lover or something here. Yeah, I feel like some of you are really going on dates. Of course, another way to look at sensuality, because I am a Taurus and we're kind of known for our sensuality, is really indulging the senses. So some of you might be eating like really delicious food, not necessarily healthy, but definitely very delicious. Or you might be going through like some kind of glow up. You might be indulging the senses by like listening to wonderful music, going to concerts. Maybe you have like a spa day. Or like right now I'm barefoot, and I've never realized how nice the carpet feels on my barefoot, like my bare feet. So I feel like some of you might be doing that, like going to the beach and truly just appreciating all 5 of the senses there, like the feeling of sand and water, the breeze, hearing the seagulls, and just all of that. It's very Taurian energy. So some of you might be Tauruses, or this could happen during the time of Taurus. I really, really do love this energy. Not just because I myself am a Taurus, but because like it's nice to feel wonderful and beautiful in your body, and to have people want to, give you pleasure, as I'm really feeling that in these 2 cards, which is always great. It's great to know that people are into you. This lost love card, though, like I said, some people from your past might be coming through again, because they're seeing that you're doing well. They're seeing that you're glowing up and being just, I don't know, they can tell that you've changed. Not just a pretty face and delicious fragrance. Lilac flowers are also edible and can be used to decorate cakes, which is funny. Like, you wouldn't think that this flower is edible, but it is. So like I said, you're indulging the senses, you're eating well, you're making sure your body feels good. You might be wearing nicer clothing as well. Maybe you're upgrading your wardrobe in some cases. But that's not even the point. The point is you're leveling up, and there's going to be such a beautiful, this is a beautiful chapter for you, pile 4. Let's move on to the tarot, because I'm very excited to see where all of this is going. So we're going to use the Weaver Tarot, and we're going to do this in 3-card style, past, present, future. So we're going to look a little bit into the past to see how it got you to where you are now and how it's impacting you, and then present for the present energy, and then future, of course, for the next chapter. Some of you might, I don't know if you write, but I'm getting like that 3-paragraph format that they used to teach in school, at least in the US, where like you have to have the opening, the body of content, and the conclusion. I don't know if some of you are like currently trying to write an essay, or if you're an English major or just writing is your thing. I don't know, a dissertation or something is coming through. Maybe you're listening to this while you're supposed to be doing some kind of work. If so, please pause it and focus on your work, because I know how it is. You want to do everything except the one thing you're supposed to do. That's how I was in college. But let's see, past energy. We got 2 cards. We have the Devil and the 5 of Swords. So whatever you're trying to let go of, or whatever you came from, it's like you may have won that battle, but it doesn't feel like you won. I feel like you definitely broke some kind of, you could either have broken a bad habit, or you could have let somebody go that was draining you, because the Devil is being chained to somebody who is not the best influence, or a situation that's not the best influence. Take that as it resonates. But it's like you let this go, but you just don't feel fulfilled, or maybe you've lost a part of yourself in the process. There's definitely a feeling here that with the Devil, I feel it could be a person, definitely. They could be Capricorns, or they could just have had, like I said, bad habits that they refuse to change. So you left this person, but you were left feeling very either unattractive or lonely, or just like you didn't have many options. That's the feeling I'm getting for you, pile 4. It's not too heartbreaking, because I feel like whoever this was, maybe you weren't too into them, or it wasn't too serious. It could have been a situationship, honestly, but I feel like whatever you left, you just knew it wasn't good for you, so you had to let it go, even though you really enjoyed it, and even though you felt it could have been more. The 5 of Swords here is telling you that this was something that you couldn't win. It didn't matter if you did win. You would not have been able to win. If it had worked out, you still would have been very much in a very negative energy, or you would have grown to resent that, or you would have, it would not have worked out either way. So don't feel bad for letting this go. Let's look at the present energy. For my pile 4. Present energy is the 10 of Coins. You're working on your stability. You are working on your bag. You are working on your money. You're making sure that your finances are in order, and they're going to come out on top. You're going to be able to provide for yourself. You're going to be able to pay off everything that you have, because you are working so hard toward this. I can tell. This is like you trying to focus on yourself, you doing you, and making sure that you do a job really well. So you're going to reap the rewards of this. The 10 of Coins is financial fulfillment coming through. It's also feeling very physically secure. So if you're working on your health, same thing. You're working on yourself. You're working to make sure that everything is provided for. You're going to be fine, pile 4. Even if you don't feel like it. I feel like you're definitely working on being fine, so you will be fine. It's as simple as that. And then let's look at the future energy. Honestly, pile 4, I feel like you could go back to any of the other piles and there will be something there for you, because I'm getting a little bit of everything, but I'm definitely getting the feeling that, I don't know, just some of you might just need to go out and have fun. Okay, we have, this is the King of Wands. Yeah. So either you're going to step into this energy where you're large and in charge. You're definitely going to have a very charming and outgoing personality, to the point that you're attracting people. Like I said, people want to look good for you because you look good, or because you're very charming and you're very, there's just something very charismatic about you. Whether you see that or not, I feel like you're going to step into this energy, and it's going to be very beautiful, pile 4. I feel like some of you may not have thought yourself to be this way, but you're going to see yourself be very outgoing. You're going to shine bright. You're going to really take the lead. I feel like, especially if you're used to being in a very passive energy, you're no longer going to wait for that. You're going to be out there making moves and starting things. In fact, you might be the one hosting a party where you typically don't really host parties, if that makes any sense. So because it's such a rare occasion, like especially if you have friends and they're like, you never host parties, what are you talking about? They're going to make it a point for it to be a really good party. Like they're all going to dress up really nice. They're all going to bring food, just to impress you. In some cases, it could be a housewarming party as well. So I feel, again, you're going to receive gifts. People are going to try to like do their best for you. And I really, really do love this energy. Let's clarify these with the Wild Unknown Tarot. I don't know why I said it like that, but I really love this deck. This to me was my standard deck. Whenever I was learning tarot, I learned how to read with the Wild Unknown. I did use the Rider-Waite. The book site that I was reading used the Rider-Waite, so I learned about that. But this was the tarot deck that, for me, was like my core tarot deck. And I don't use it as much. I do have the pocket one, and I take it everywhere with me, but I don't know. I feel like some of you are going back to basics as well. Pile 4, that's why I had to say that. But let's start with this past energy of having let something go. We have strength. It definitely brought up the courage in you. The Mother of Pentacles, this is the Queen of Pentacles. It made you have to nurture yourself. I'm hearing financially. I feel like this pattern, this person, or this environment was one where you had to learn how to take care of yourself because other people were not taking care of you. Especially if it was supposed to be like either a parent or a partner where they were supposed to do their part in order for this connection or for this this dynamic to work out. I feel like you learned your lesson and you learned how to be a better person because of it, because we have the strength and we have the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like you learned a lot about your finances as well. With the Seven of Cups, this is options, and I feel like, I'm not sure if it's you looking at your options and this was just one of them, or all the options you had were just not great, or if it was, for example, if you did have a person, they were looking at other options, and you knew that you weren't being made a priority. A priority. So you had to move forward to make sure that you were choosing yourself, especially with strength here. And it's such a shame. Like I said, I feel like this wasn't really a relationship. It might have been a situationship more than anything, especially with the Seven of Cups here. They were not prioritizing you, but they could have come after your resources in one way or another. They may have crashed at your place. You may have been housing them for a while, but like I said, you had to let go of them. So you lose a roommate, a friends with benefits kind of roommate. I don't know, something like that. But you gained peace of mind. You gained your freedom back, and you gained your space for sure, either physically or metaphorically. Let's clarify the 10 of coins, because like I said, I feel like a lot of you are working on your stability here. So let's clarify the 10 of coins for my pile 4. We have, this is the 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity, and also financial balance. It's like whatever you give out is what you're also going to receive. And like I said, this is going to be from other people as well. And then we're still clarifying the sun. This came out in pile 3 as well. Yeah, you're going to shine brightly. People are going to take notice of you. You're going to feel confident and beautiful. It's like you found strength in this past situation, but now you're moving forward, really working this courage, confidence, whatever it is that you built up from it. It's almost like you're being guided by the sun. You're being guided by something very powerful. It could be just divine light. It could also be like a spirit guide. I definitely feel that you are somebody who, you just bring sunshine wherever you go, and people are loving it. So like I said, they want to step up and impress you, really. Like I said, people adore you. I'm getting a lot of Leo energy here, so you might be a Leo, or you could be attracting Leos, or you just are stepping into your most confident, beautiful, impressive queen or king energy here, like this royalty energy that is coming through. Especially because we have the ruler of wands, and wands can be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I said Leo twice. Maybe you really are Leo, but I almost said Scorpio as well, and I'm not sure why, because there's nothing really scorpionic here except maybe that transformational energy. Let's clarify the King of Wands here. But I'm loving this for you, pile 4. We have the Fool. We have the 7 of Pentacles, hard at work here. And, ooh, the 9 of Swords. Okay, so I feel like despite this energy that you are showing on the outside, this King of Wands energy, and even this Fool's energy where you're just stepping into life, kind of allowing whatever happens to happen, you're kind of going in it with an open mind and an open heart. You're still kind of worried because I feel like a lot of you are throwing yourselves into work in order to deal with this. I feel like you're also working on yourself, on your patterns, and anything that gives you anxiety, because the 9 of Swords is anxiety. So you could actually suffer from anxiety medically. I'm not a medical professional and I'm not diagnosing anything. I'm just saying if you're already diagnosed with something like that, you could be learning how to deal with this in a much more positive way. Or if you just have bouts of anxiety and feelings of doubt, I feel like you're really working on this. I feel like despite all of this, you're putting your best foot forward, and on the outside you're showing this wonderful confidence, this wonderful energy, this beautiful opening of the heart and acceptance. And I feel like people wouldn't know this unless they really knew you or asked you, or if you felt vulnerable enough around them to share this with them. Especially because the 7 of Pentacles here. You're working hard. You're working really hard in order to keep your peace of mind here. Let's clarify this a little bit more. Back of the deck energy is 7 of Wands. But let me see. You got a lot going on in your future, that's for sure. I feel like you're kind of taking on several things at once. Not gonna lie, pile 4. This is the 6 of Swords. You're moving on to better things for sure. So we have the 7 of Wands and the 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. With the 7 of Wands, you're definitely in this, you're very guarded. I feel like you're not going to step lightly into just any relationship. And I feel like that's part of the reason people want to impress you. I feel like some people have tried using very basic tactics to seduce or to, flirt with you, but they're not working. It's like, no, I'm not falling for that again. Sorry, excuse me. I'm still processing my last situationship or whatever it was, and I don't want that. I feel like you're even going to be very honest with them with the Fool card here, or the King of Wands as well. This is very honest energy that is coming through. Like you're on the outside, you're making the best effort to be very blunt with people, to be very transparent as well. But the 7 of Wands energy, and even the 7 of Pentacles, this is you hard at work. In the Rider-Waite, it's that person looking down at the thing they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, metalsmith, I think. You're looking hard at their work. You're working on these anxieties. You're guarded partially because of these anxieties as well. And it's having to defend yourself from people just throwing themselves at you. It's like, if, for example, if you were to take all these other wands, all these other sticks to be these people who want to throw themselves at you, and you're this one person that's on fire because you're shining bright like the sun, you're just like, none of you are also shining like me, so why would I date you? It's like you're being very selective. And that's a good thing to do, pile 4, especially if you're somebody who typically throws themselves into a lot of relationships without thinking. This selective energy is perfect because you are a king here. You're the King of Wands. You're a ruler. You shouldn't have to settle for people who are, I guess fools, but I don't like to say that to the Fool card, especially this one because it's very cute. But you're not just going to settle for anybody. You're moving on to better things. You're moving on to your safe space. In the Rider-Waite, it's the boat and 2 people going off into safety, like they're moving on to better stuff. And here there's a rainbow. So you're looking for your rainbow. And I feel like what's being presented to you, even though you enjoy the attention and the company and getting to know people, you're holding out for your best possible choice or for your best environment. I feel like in a lot of cases, this is going to be you. Like you're waiting for this environment or for this energy. You're waiting for the right time in order to move forward, because I feel like for a lot of you, this next chapter, you're having fun, but you're not making a choice. You're having fun, but you're still working on yourself. You're allowing people to come in and introduce themselves and, you know, show you a good time, but you're not settling. You're not settling at all. And there's nothing wrong with that, pile 4. I really do love this energy for you. As I'm channeling all this, I was looking out the window, and the moon is literally like on the teeny tiny corner of my window, kind of popping in to say, yeah. So the moon is affirming this. Maybe the full moon is going to be very important to you, whatever the next full moon is. I'm not even going to say what it is right now. It's like you're the sun looking for your moon. Not the moon in the tarot, because that can mean subconscious murky waters, but you're the sun looking for somebody else who shines as bright as you, and who shines brighter than the sun than the moon. Please don't get please don't bring science into this, because I'm sure there's like other stuff out there that shine brighter than the moon, but like, let me keep this poetry here. But yeah, so yeah, I love this energy, pile 4. You're working on yourself, and you have a lot going on. You're taking on very different things, very different energies, and that's okay. I feel like that's why I was getting such a mixed bag of a bunch of stuff in the meditation for you, and like I said, that's okay. You're healing, and you understand you're healing, and you're not settling, because you are this ruler of wands. You are the king of wands here. But let's move on to your closing advice. We have guardian angel cards for you. I love these cards, even if it doesn't have anything to do with guardian angel, or if you don't believe in guardian angels. The advice they offer is still there. We have trust. You are looking at a situation from a purely physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. Yeah, I think that's the one thing you're looking for. You're looking for trust and a connection. And sure, you're being shown all these very beautiful people, very wonderful people, people who are coming through. But it's like, can you trust them? Can you trust them? That's really what you care about, is somebody you can trust. Because I feel like you may have given your heart away a lot, but like, you couldn't trust anybody. In some cases, it could be friends too. Maybe you're making new friends, but it's like, is this a good friend, or are they just using me for whatever I got going on? And then to clarify, well, no, this isn't clear. These are tea leaf cards. We're looking into more things coming into your next chapter. We have shield. You need to defend yourself. I feel like a lot of you are already in this energy of needing to defend yourself. There's definitely a feeling here that you're guarded. You don't want to let your guard down, and maybe for good reason. We have box. You will receive a gift. Like I said, especially if you're having like a housewarming party or something to that effect, I feel like people are going to shower you with gifts. The gift could also be like a date or something, like you're going out. We have stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. I feel like in your case, it's going to be more business opportunity than anything. Though, of course, if you are looking to have children, it could be birth, or it could be somebody you know is going to have a baby. It's not necessarily you, but it might be a friend. And maybe at this baby shower or gathering of the kid, there might be like something going on for you. You might meet somebody there. Or you might notice then that people approach you, especially if you have people there of the opposite sex. If I'm talking very heteronormatively, but take this how it resonates, of course, pile 4. But if you find people there of the opposite sex, they're like, well, it's nice, they're having a baby. Maybe we should have a baby, you know, something like that. I feel like somebody's going to try and be very funny about it. Which take it how it, you can take that however you want. If it's somebody you would like to have a baby with, you know, I don't know, flirt back. But if not, then just be like, haha, and walk away. That's what I would do. Like, I actually laugh at dumb stuff like that, but like, I don't take it seriously. Okay. We have angels, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. I feel like some of you definitely have protective spirits around you, whether you're aware or not. I'm seeing this in the form of like a passed on loved one who comes through as like a guardian angel for you. Yeah, you have spirit guides around you, pile 4, whether you're aware of it or not. They don't necessarily have to be angels, though if you do believe in angels, they can be, of course, but you have a very protective, I'm seeing like a grandmother more than anything, who protects you. And then we have heart. This came out in another pile, pile 3, I think. Love, deep affection, and caring. This is people coming through to show you how much they love you. And apple, temptation will test you. What did I say? The sensuality card? I feel like people are really trying to get you in their bed or in your bed, wherever it takes place. I feel like people are coming through and they're going to be like, hey, but you got to resist that urge, because some of these people, this is what I'm seeing. Somebody who's trying to like have a small thing where they just don't interact with, well, not interact, but where they're trying to be a little celibate, or like, you know, just try to hold off until they find somebody they really want to be intimate with. But they keep being shown all these attractive people who come through, who just, you know, like I said, pile 4, you're probably very good looking. This is probably why. Or you have like BDE, or whatever the female, the other version of that is. But regardless, you have something about you and people just like really, really want to seduce you. I really do feel that with temptation and the sensuality cards. And there's nothing wrong with indulging in that a little bit, but I feel like a lot of you just don't want this right now until you find the perfect person, or you're in the perfect environment for this. And that's good, and good for you, pile 4. I'm very proud that you're making the conscious decision to be in the right state of mind before you can go through with this. But until then, it's going to be, I can tell it's going to be a little tempting. But this is all I have for you, pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.